Dear students, in the earlier classes we have seen that many types of operations can be performed on 2D array. How can we perform different types of operations on m into n matrix, such as addition of the matrix, multiplication of the matrix, subtraction of the matrix, to print the lower half of a matrix, to print the average, sum, even elements, odd elements. Or yesterday we have seen that how to find out the sum of each row and each column of a matrix. So different types of operations are performed on matrix in the data structure class. Here I am going to explain some more questions related on matrix. So the first question is, write a program in Python. Question is, write a program in Python to find the sum of the diagonal elements sum of the diagonal elements of a matrix. Now, how to find the sum of the diagonal elements? For example, if input matrix is suppose 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, then the output should be as the sum of first diagonal is equal to, अब diagonal, what is diagonal? This is the first diagonal from left to right, and this is the second diagonal from right to left. It is also called the principal diagonal, and it is also called the secondary diagonal or second diagonal. So the first diagonal, sum of the first diagonal is 10 plus 80 plus 90, matlab 180. In the next line, again a new line should be printed as the sum of second diagonal is equal to 30 plus 50 plus 70, मतलब कितना हो गया 150. Is it right or not? 180, 150. So this output should be printed after execution of the program. Remember that the size of array मैट्रिक्स या एरे जो भी कह लीजिए, एरे, एलिमेंट्स ऑफ एरे both values should be supplied through the keyboard. So here is the question only, and I hope that you have clearly understand the question, that what is the input and what should be the output after execution. So input is matrix and output the sum of first diagonal and the sum of second diagonal. Again a question can be arise that you can also print the elements which are exist in the diagonal of the matrix. मतलब कहने का ये है कि आप एलिमेंट्स को भी प्रिंट करा सकते हैं. यहाँ पर तो क्वेश्चन जो है, here the question says that you have to print the sum of the diagonal, but you can also print the elements which exist in that particular locations. So first of all we will solve this question by using the user defined function. So the solution is first of all we have to define the definition. We have to declare the definition first. So suppose the name of the function is diagonal underscore sum. So now I am declaring the name of the function. So def diagonal sum, and in the parameter of the function we have to pass the array and its size, means array A and size R and C. R represents the row and C represents the column. Now we enter in the function definition, that is in the body of the function, and in the body of the function again we declare two variable, s1 is equal to 0 and s2 is equal to 0, where s1 represents the first diagonal from left to right and s2 represents the second diagonal from right to left. So this is the principal diagonal sum and this is the secondary diagonal sum. Now we generate a loop for I in range 0 to r minus 1. Means this loop starts from location 0 to r minus 1, whatever r you have given at the execution. And the second loop is for j in range 0 to C. Remember that R represents the row and C represents the number of columns. Now check the condition. If I is double equal to j, then s1 is equal to s1 plus aij. s1 plus a small में a should be in small letter. So s1 plus a I j. I have taken a small because in the parameter of the function a is passed as in small letter, and because Python is a case sensitive language, so small a is not equal to capital A. Whatever data you are declaring in the program, you have to remember the letter of the case of the letter also. So this is the case sensitive. S1 is equal to S1 plus aij, and then if again check a condition, if I plus j is equal to I plus j is double equal to c minus 1 minus 1, then s2 is equal to s2 plus a ij ij. Now we print the both diagonal sum of the both diagonal and exit from both the loop, from the inner loop as well as the outer loop, and this indentation should be followed here. Print sum of first diagonal of first diagonal s1. Again print sum of second diagonal s2, and here function is closed. So I think you have understand how this coding will be generated to find the sum of the diagonal elements. And if you want to print the elements, then here you can print here, and here you can print a I j and comma and is equal to in this format. So अगर आपको डायगोनल के अंदर जो एलिमेंट्स एग्जिस्ट कर रहे हैं उनको प्रिंट कराना है, तो ऐसे केस में हम लूप की बॉडी के अंदर ही, इन द बॉडी ऑफ द लूप वी हैव टू प्रिंट द एलिमेंट्स विच एग्जिस्ट इन द डायगोनल, एंड at this point you can print the elements which are exist in the second diagonal. So here we can print a I j and comma and is equal to, here I am separating the elements with comma, so the elements will be printed separated by comma. So this is the process how to print the sum of the diagonal as well as how to print the elements which exist in that specific locations. Now in the driver program, I am not going to tell you what to do in the driver program, because you all know that how to create the driver program, how to create the main function. In spite of that, again I am briefing that how to create the main function. Then step number 1, because I have already told you so much time how to create the driver program, how to declare the 2D array, how to occupy the memory space for the 2D array, how to enter the elements in different kinds of in different types of columns, in various ways, in various rows. So this functioning is already discussed with you, and in spite of that, I am briefing that first of all declare an empty list, 2D list, and then after create the rows and columns, supply the rows and columns from the user. Thirdly, you have to allocate the memory space for the different number of rows, and thirdly you have to enter the elements which exist in various rows, and after that you have to append the elements, and you have to append the elements in that specific matrix, and then after you can print a message that here the function starts, and you call the function at that particular location, and you do not need to print the values of the sum, because I have already printed the values of the diagonal sum in the function. So I think you have properly understand how can we perform this process. So next question, I am taking the next question as, so now I am explaining how the sum of the diagonal will be printed. Suppose you have given the matrix as 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. This is the given matrix. Now the value of I will be 0 and the value of j will be 0, 1 and 2 if the matrix is 3 into 3. So but after generating the loop number 1 and loop number 2, loop number 1 is the outer loop and loop number 2 is the inner loop, we are checking a condition that if I is double equal to j, if I is double equal to j, this condition is checked between after generating the loop of I and j. So this is the row number 0, row number 1 and row number 2. This is the column number 0, column number 1 and column number 2. So I is equal to j. I is equal to j means if I is equal to 1 and j is equal to 1. So first of all I will be 0 and j will be again 0. So the element which exists on 0, A 0, 0 will be considered. So this element will be considered. So S1 will be 0 plus 10, because we have written a statement S1 is equal to S1 plus A I j. This statement is written in the program, and after that the value of j will be increased by 1. So here if consider this condition, then I is equal to j. So when I is equal to j, only in that situation this statement will be executed. In the next iteration j will be 1, but I will also remain 0 according to the outer loop. So according to the outer loop I will be 0 and j will be incremented by 1 and the value of j will be 1, but the condition is false according to this statement. Condition will be false, so this statement will not going to execute. So in the first iteration only this value will be considered. Next time the value of I will be incremented by 1, so 0 plus 1 is equal to 1, and according to the inner loop again j will be 0, 1 and 2, but according to this condition if I is equal to 1 and j is equal to 1, only this condition is satisfied. Only this when this condition is satisfied, then this statement will be executed. So again I is equal to row is equal to 1 and column is equal to 1, then this value will be considered. because I is double equal to j. We have given the condition I is double equal to j. I is double equal to j होगा तभी ये स्टेटमेंट आपका एग्जीक्यूट होगा. तो ऐसे केस में I इज इक्वल टू 1 के लिए j इज इक्वल टू 0 एग्जीक्यूट नहीं होगा. I इज इक्वल टू 1 के लिए j इज इक्वल टू 1 एग्जीक्यूट होगा. क्यों? क्योंकि ये कंडीशन हमारी सेटिस्फाई होती रहेगी. तो जब ये कंडीशन सेटिस्फाई होगी तो ये एलिमेंट कंसिडर कर लिया जाएगा. So 50 will be considered, and according to this statement S1 is equal to, the last value of S1 is 10. So 10 plus 50, and this time the value of S1 is 50 plus 10 is equal to 60. Now at this moment inner loop will be inner loop will be broken, and the control of the program will again transfer into outer loop, and according to the outer loop the value of I will be incremented as 1 plus 1 is equal to 2, and for I is equal to 2 again the whole loop will be executed of j. So for I is equal to 2 again j will be 0, 1 and 2, but according to this condition, if I is double equal to j, only I is equal to 2 and j is equal to 2 will be considered. So location 2 2, on location 2 2 90 element 90 is element 90 exists, so this element will be considered, and according to this condition this element will be considered and this statement will again executed. So this time S1 is equal to, last time value of S1 is 60, 60 plus a 2 will be considered. So this element 90 will be considered. So S1 is equal to 60 plus 90 is equal to 150, and the print is, according to the print statement, the value of first diagonal will be printed as 150. So in finding the second diagonal, the value of j is c minus 1. The value of j is c minus 1. So c is equal to 3. The total number of column is equal to 3. So the value of c minus 1 is 2. But according to this condition, only 0 0 2 means j is equal to 0, I is equal to 2, क्योंकि इनिशियली I की वैल्यू हमारी कितनी रहेगी, 2 रहेगी ना, c माइनस 1 से हमने चलाया है ना. तो ऐसे केस में ये एलिमेंट एग्जीक्यूट होगा और उसके बाद में I माइनस माइनस के अकॉर्डिंग I की वैल्यू हो जाएगी हमारी 1, तो ये एलिमेंट एग्जीक्यूट होगा एंड फाइनली ये आपका ये एलिमेंट एग्जीक्यूट हो जाएगा. तो सेकंड डायगोनल इस तरह से प्रिंट हो जाएगा. सो आई थिंक यू हैव बेटर अंडरस्टैंड how this program will be executed, and in spite of that, if you have any query, then you can ask me in the Zoom classes. Now we are going to the next question. Now the same question, although it is not necessary, but you have to know, if there are more than one ways to solve a question, then you should know the more than one way. So and now I am explaining that same question with the method number 2, another method, and I think it will be more easier for you. I think although it is your choice that which method you are going to use, or which method you choose, and which method you understand much better in comparatively, but you should know the second method also for the same question. So जैसे कि मान लीजिए ये मैट्रिक्स तो पता ही है कि क्या मैट्रिक्स हमने दी है, 10 20 30 40 50 60 इस तरह से दी थी. So first of all we have to declare S1 is equal to 0, which is the first diagonal, S2 is equal to 0, which is the second diagonal. So it represents the sum of the first diagonal, sum of the second diagonal, and again we have to generate a loop for I in range R. I in range R मीन्स रो में हम लोग को एक लूप चलाना है, एंड हियर वी राइट S1 इज इक्वल टू S1 प्लस A I J and S2 is equal to S2 plus A I and not J, n minus 1 minus I. n क्या है? n is the number of rows, number of total rows. So now according to this loop, यहाँ पर केवल एक ही लूप के थ्रू हम कर दे रहे हैं क्वेश्चन को, ध्यान दीजिएगा किस तरह से कर रहे हैं. I will be incremented as 0 to n minus 1. If the value of n is equal to 3, then the I will be incremented as 0, 1 and 2, because 3 minus 1. Now the value of I is equal to 0, so S1 is equal to 0 plus A I means 0 and 0, and S2 is equal to 0 plus A 0 and n minus 1 minus I कितना है? 0. तो n minus 1 कितना है? 2. तो ऐसे केस में 2 minus 0 is equal to 2. So if matrix is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, R0, R1, R2, C0, C1, C2. So in S1, according to this statement, S1 will be 0 plus A00 means this element 10. S1 is 10, and according to this statement, S2 is equal to 0 plus A 0, 2, 0, 2, 30. A 0, 2 means 30. So the value of S2 is 30. Now the loop will be incremented. Now the value of I will be 0 plus 1 is equal to 1. Again both the statement will be executed, because the value of I is less than or less than n minus 1. n less than n means is equal to less than n or is equal to n minus 1. So the value of I is 1. So this time S1 is equal to, last time S1 was 10, 10 plus A 1, 1, and S2 is S2, last time S2 was 30 plus A 1 and n minus 1 minus I. N minus 1 is 2. N minus 1 is 2 and I is 1, means 2 minus 1 minus 1. Sorry. N is 2. So n minus 1 minus I means 1. तो कितना आया? n minus 1 minus I. n is 3, sorry, n is 3, n minus 1 is 2. तो 3 minus 1 minus 1 is equal to 1. तो ऐसे केस में S2 will again 1, 1. तो S1 इज इक्वल टू 10 प्लस 1 means this element 50 and S2 is 30 plus 50. Now this time the value of S1 will be 60 and the value of S2 will be 80. Again the value of I will be incremented, and now this time the value of I is equal to 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. Now according to this statement, S1 is equal to S1 plus Aij, means A, 2 and 2. What will be the value of 2 to 90, and what is the last value of S1? 60. So 60 plus 90 is equal to 150. This and this. And what will be the value of S2? S2 की वैल्यू क्या होगी? n माइनस 1 माइनस आई, मतलब 3 माइनस 1 माइनस 2 है i की वैल्यू, तो यहाँ से हो गई ये 0. मीन्स S2 इज इक्वल टू कितना आएगा? 2, 0. अब 2, 0 पर कौन सा एलिमेंट है? ये एलिमेंट एग्जिस्ट कर रहा है. तो ऐसे केस में लास्ट टाइम S2 की वैल्यू कितनी थी? 80 और प्लस 70 इज इक्वल टू 150. सो इस तरह से भी हम लोग इसका कर सकते हैं. तो ये मेथड कंपैरेटिवली मच ईजियर देन द फर्स्ट मेथड. सो now I am totally confirmed that you have certainly understand how the sum of the diagonal can be found, or how the elements which exist on the diagonal places can be printed. So इस तरह से हम लोग इसको देख सकते हैं. Now for this lecture it is sufficient, and it is now your duty to prepare the notes, and as soon as possible I will share the documentation which I have prepared for you. And so that's all for this day. Thank you so much.